Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Passionate Ninja Physio in the UK. If today is your first time coming to this channel, welcome to this channel, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back to my channel. All right, so in today's video we'll be discussing about some of the things, some of the reasons why you are not getting invite for interview, especially for NHS jobs, because I was once in that shoe. I know how it feels not to get invite for interview. At some point you'll be like, what am I doing? You understand? So I'm going to share you some of the secrets or some of the things I worked on and that really helped me while applying for my job. And trust me, after correcting them or after working on them, after using all these tips that I'm going to share with you today, I was getting invites almost, if not every day, almost every week. I must attend an interview. Yes, that is how sure my tips are. So if you are interested in knowing this, if you have been applying, because a lot of people have been reaching out to me, they'll be like, oh, I've applied for jobs, but I'm not getting any invites. It can be depressing, sincerely. I know how it feels. So if you are ready to get that job, that your dream job this 2023, so stay tuned. So many reasons why you don't get to NHS job interview stage, and at times it might be that they've received a quite number of applicants, you understand. So at some point they might want to look at the way of reducing the number of people they want to interview. They cannot interview everyone that apply for the same role. I hope you understand. So they cannot interview everyone, so they will look at the essential criteria, which is on the job application. They will check your application, they will check the job application and be sure that the essential criteria they are looking out for, you possess them. Do you understand? And when they also realize that the number of people that meet up with the essential criteria are so much, they don't need up to that. Probably they need just 10 people, and they've received thousands, number of, for example, it could be as high as that. You understand? So they will look for a way. There's something they also call desirable criteria apart from the essential criteria. Essential criteria is a must for everyone before you could get to that interview stage. Is a must for you to have. So when you read the essential criteria, make sure you tailor your application to that essential criteria. And if you have the desirable criteria, if you have any of the desirable criteria, if you have any of those things, you might want to include them. Don't exclude it in your application. Make sure you mention it in your application, so that even if they receive quite a number of applications, but because you meet up with both the essential criteria and the desirable criteria, will give them the give you the edge to be shortlisted for interview. So make sure you read the person specification carefully. You read the essential and desirable criteria, so complete them. If you complete your application very well, you make sure all the applications are being completed. You write the things you are supposed to write, you put the things you are supposed to put, you will get to that stage, of course. And the last thing, which is the supporting information. Guys, I talked about this supporting information the last time I was making a video on how to apply for NHS job. It is not a joke. They don't play with it. They don't joke with this supporting information, because it is like you selling yourself to them. Do you understand? This supporting information serves like, I wouldn't even call it a CV, but it's like everybody is coming with different qualifications, different backgrounds, irrespective of the role you are applying for in the NHS. You say this supporting information, it is very important. And I mentioned something like you tailoring your supporting information to the job description. Make sure you read the job description carefully and you understand everything they need. You tailor your supporting information to what is in job description. You understand? Because they are looking for a match. As they are checking your application, they are also checking the supporting information. They are checking the job description to be sure that everything tallies. Not that they don't want to, okay, you are putting something else in your supporting information, and what they're actually looking out for is not what you have. They would not shortlist you for interview. That one is sure. They won't shortlist you for interview. So it is very important, and a lot of people make the mistake of using one application for one application for several jobs. Oh my god, I was once in that. I made that mistake, and I wasn't getting any invite for interview. So make sure that you are not using one job application or one supporting information for all the job applications. No, tailor individual supporting information to the job you are applying for, irrespective of the role. If you are a physiotherapist, occupational therapist, if you are a nurse, if you are a doctor, if you are a healthcare assistant, support worker, any of the roles in the NHS, make sure the supporting information you are putting is saying something related to job description. If you are using a supporting information for several jobs, it's not going to work that way. They are not going to shortlist you, because they know that the supporting information you are presenting to them is not actually meant for the job you are applying for, because what they're actually looking out for in your supporting information are the things that match up with the job description. And if you are not giving them those things, they won't call you for interview. Why would they invite you for interview when they have other people that write or that make sure that their application and their supporting information tally with the job description? So don't make that mistake, guys. Make sure that the supporting information you are putting on your application, or you are writing for your application, tally with the job description you are applying for. And then I will advise and encourage each and every one of you to make as much applications as possible. NHS is not like a place where I know they have a quite number of applicants, you understand. And don't limit yourself, don't restrict yourself to a particular job, don't restrict yourself to a particular location. Sincerely, you might like a city, you might like a location, but do not restrict yourself to a particular location if you are actually looking out for a job. If you are actually looking for a job this 2023, there are a lot of applications, there are a lot of vacancies, there are a lot of vacant positions on NHS website, irrespective of who you are. If you are a physiotherapist, occupational therapist, radiographers, medical lab scientists, irrespective of who you are, make sure that you apply to several trusts and different locations. Sincerely, if you do that, you will get interview invite. Don't restrict yourself, don't limit yourself. Although I always do advise people to look out for a very good city, but there are so many cities in this UK that have opportunities. Don't restrict yourself to a particular location that it's a must for you to get job in that geographical location, in that location. So make sure you apply, make sure you widen up your search, and take your job application very seriously. Please take your job application very seriously. Sincerely, you've come a long way for you to be able to say, yes, I want to apply for this NHS job. For example, if you're a physiotherapist, you've passed through the stage of applying for your HCPC license, applying for writing this. If you are required to write IELTS exam or TOEFL, you've done a lot for you to get to this stage. So this is the final stage, which is job application, and you have to take it very seriously. Sincerely, you have to take it very seriously. Make sure you apply to several trusts. Don't restrict your search, don't limit yourself in any way. If you make so many applications, because the application you think you might get the job, or the application might not even be the one that will give you the job. Sincerely, so make sure you apply to several trusts, several locations. Don't restrict your search. Make applications every day and sit down very well. Be serious with your application. Don't just copy the supporting information you have already and be pasting it for all I know it can be very tiring, it can be very discouraging, getting unsuccessful messages, emails every day. Yes, everyone that have gotten a job, even the locals, even the the citizens, they do get all those messages. If you ask them very well, they don't get job like NHS job is not like something you get at your fingertips. No, you have to work for it. Nobody will give you job. Unlike some countries that if you know a particular director or a particular nurse or doctor working in the hospital, they can recommend you to the HR, you know, they can give you the job. NHS job is not like that. You have to work for it. You have to apply. You have to take your time to read the job description and person specification, and then tailor your application to those things. Not just copying and pasting the supporting information you already have and then putting it there. They know if you really take your time making application that suits them, and then they will invite you for interview. And lastly, before I go, I will advise you to be patient. Be patient with your application. I will advise you start applying as early as possible. This is just January in 2023, so you can get, there's still like enough time for you to start your application this January. So don't rush your application. Each application takes like 20 to 30 minutes, sincerely. And if you are to apply for, I've seen some people that have applied up to 100, like they've applied to up to 100 jobs. Do you understand? Do you know the time, the stress and everything they usually put in, the sacrifice they put into it in order for them to get their dream job? So don't be lazy with your application. Yes, I would say don't be lazy with your application, because if you are, there is lesser chance of you getting the job. You have to be up and doing. You have to make your application very well. Take it seriously. Complete all the forms and make sure that you tailor your supporting information to what they are actually looking out for. A lot of people are applying for this job from several places in the world, you understand? So you are not the only one. So you have to be able to make up something that will make you stand out, that will show that okay, you are really serious and you are really in need of this job. So don't take your NHS job application lightly at all. Don't take it lightly. That is my advice for you, and I hope this 2023 you get that dream job you have always been praying for. See you in my next video, and don't forget, if you have any question or any comments or anything, you can always send me an inbox in my email. I'll put my email address in the description box. If you have any interview coming up and you want me to talk about it, or you know, you can